an angry leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha earlier in the day.
15वीं लोकसभा की सरकार आजादी के बाद इस देश की सबसे भ्रष्ट सरकार है।
She complains of not being allowed to express her views in parliament.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है कि इस सरकार ने हमारा भरोसा तोड़ा है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट
She alleges that her microphone was turned off.
अपने कमरे में बुलाकर इसके बाद ये सरकार एक मिनट भी अपने पद पर बने रहने का अधिकार नहीं रखती है।
Sushma Swaraj, leader of the opposition, it was agreed upon in all-party meeting with the Speaker, the Speaker's chamber, that she will be allowed to speak for 5 minutes, and then they will walk out. Yes. She was not even allowed, and the leader of the Congress party instigates his members to create a ruckus in the house. There are umpteen number of issues like this, I can tell you.
Well, I have tremendous and enormous personal respect for the leader of the opposition. But in addition to institutionalizing disruption as a parliamentary tactic, they have also institutionalized another tactic called shoot and scoot. That say your bit and then walk out of the house and not listen to anybody else.
That day was the decision of the Speaker, and she had to play a very important role. But surprisingly, the Speaker is a person who's supposed to take care of all the political members. But surprisingly, Meera Kumar, pardon me for saying that, she ceases to function as a Speaker, but is more seen as a Congress representative. And that is why the Speaker refused to hear the leader of the opposition on issue of what they wanted to say, and even the mic was switched off.
आज के बाद स्पीकर साहिबा अगर कोई मीटिंग बुलाएंगी तो ना तो हम स्पीकर की बुलाई गई मीटिंग में जाएंगे और ना हम संसदीय कार्य मंत्री द्वारा की जाने वाली किसी वार्ता में हिस्सा लेंगे। ये सरकार कहती है कि हम हर तरह की चर्चा के लिए तैयार हैं। जिस सरकार में बैठे लोगों में 5 मिनट नेता प्रतिपक्ष की बात सुनने का धीरज नहीं है, वो चर्चा कैसे होने देगी?
Why is the opposition really miffed? And is this really the lowest point ever in the relationship between the treasury benches and the opposition? And inside the parliament, are we really now heading towards the punch and judy type of politics?
Come on, Mr. Hughes, speak it out, come on!
Punch and Judy, a popular puppet show in seaside England. Situations revolve around a violent Mr. Punch and equally responsive wife Judy. In the House of Commons, this is the vocabulary for brash politics involving personal attacks, with the objective of outshouting and insulting one's opponent.
And we not only saved the world, saved the banks and saved the banks and led the way.
Punch and Judy, which you brought this tagline, sir. What did you really meant by this, and what if you could just...
Everybody is sad, even I am sad. Advaniji is sad about this confrontation, about the stalemate that has come in Parliament. But my point is, it cannot be one-way traffic. The responsibility do not lie with the opposition alone for running the Parliament or having a proper debate. It primarily rests with the ruling party.
So do you think we're heading, towards a Parliament where we're sort of indulging in that punch and Judy kind of politics, as it is said in the British Parliament, where you're only bickering but you're not really discussing real issues?
But even in British Parliament this doesn't happen. British Parliament, there are debates. Nobody prohibits or creates a situation in the House that it is not allowed to run.
Punch and Judy politics, something that very personal attacks are given against each other. Is our Parliament also doing something like that, turning into
occasionally, yes.
But do you think that is a good practice?
Yes, and it's been happening here very often. But when there are personalized issues and whether people who come with a set agenda to be in Parliament, general perception is becoming that. And when you find such people increasing in numbers, that is the annoyance which can be felt in the middle class, that look, politics is, the politicians are not delivering, and I think it's a fact.
At the end of this Parliament session, the government sprung a surprise. Cornered from all counts, the food security bill was introduced. The idea was to down the clamour for resignations with something that would be perceived as more urgent.
Sir, what do you have to say? Sir, affidavit.
So was the government successful?
It's a caricature.
Was this a masterstroke?
For that we are working out.
Or is this a failed attempt at cutting losses?
My statement in the morning.
Please side.
नहीं ऐसे मत करो.
भैया मारो मत यार.
I have given my statement in the morning.
Sir, anything to add to that statement?
If you look at the food security bill, in its conception, in its imagination, in its expanse, it is breathtaking. Yeah, and that's why I was constrained to say it seems that the UPA wants to remove hunger and the opposition or sections of the opposition want to remove the hungry.
You see, anything to do with poor, hunger, anything to do with pure is required. The country has not achieved. Whoever may have been government, the country has not achieved. But the problem here is they are concerned about the hunger of the poor people. Very true, because elections are coming and the Congress party genuinely becomes interested in people prior to the elections. But we are concerned about the hunger of the Congress party to make money.
We are committed to passing these laws, and we'll do whatever it takes to ensure that they are passed. And let the opposition then do whatever it wants, because I think the people of India should know on whose side the opposition is. Are they on the side of the people of India, or are they against the Kisan of India? Are they against those who belong to the less privileged, the BPL category? If they are against the poor and the Kisan, they will pay the price for it.
My point is, we are not here duty bound to support each and every move of the Congress party. If they have mandates, if they have majority, they can bring the bill. They don't do it, and they try to criticize the opposition.
The parliament session may be over, but the politics continues. Each session registering lesser and lesser businesses, leaving the citizen with a simple complaint. In a pre-election year, is one to expect more theatrics in parliament? Is a frozen session of parliament a political boon or a curse?